especially here recently. He's been a part of that when he plays. And then I liked Lovett. We were pretty lined up for what he was going to do and saw an opportunity right there. He executed a good job on the hit and run. And then big 2-out hit, staying inside of him again. So really good job by Ethan today. You're starting with a guy that, 5 quality at bats today again. Best power hitter in the country in Jared, and Danny's playing great. So that's what there's a lot of pressure on that pitcher in the first inning facing those guys. And then we're usually matching up pretty good in the 4-hole, and Milam's an RBI machine. So I think it has to do with the players, executing their plan and taking good at bats.
What goes into an offense consistently responding to another team?
Yeah, that was really good this weekend. Thanks for bringing that up, Glenn. It's just an answer back, mentality. I think these guys are really good when they're challenged, and I think it probably just speaks to that competitive nature. But just focusing on what's in front of them. It's like, you don't get disappointed by maybe the other team scored 1 or 2. Just get back to playing offense. So their ability to focus on what's right in front of them and just a competitive nature.
Derek now has gone on base in every game, 21 straight. So I guess just what allows him to just see pitches so well out of the hand.
I think it's what he does is he just sees the ball incredibly well. I think, there's talent. Obviously, he has talent, and then he's had a great background, great parents. His dad's a good baseball guy, Rick. Brothers was a good player himself, and some guys are just born to play ball, and they're born to play ball, and they have the right structure in place. And then he went to a really good high school program and manifested itself into what he is now. Luckily he wasn't 25 pounds heavier prior to coming here. It would have been probably hard to keep. But the baseball skill's special, and I think it's different than kids nowadays, honestly. Like, there's guys all over the country with tools. I mean, and he's got good tools. I'm not saying at all that he does. He's got really good tools, but he's a baseball player. And, Stephen Milam, same kind of deal. Like, those guys are, if you want to carve out a Jay Johnson type player, you start there with those 2 guys.
In what ways do you think is a way to sort of help him
Well, it's just to maintain what this is, because, no matter how much baseball you've played, you haven't played this. I mean, that's 2 10-game weeks, or 2 5-game weeks, 10 games over 2 weeks. And then you're right into SEC play. And there's been 0 drop-off. I thought he had a really good game today. So I think it just is probably more endurance related than anything else. Was always a good runner. I think maybe he can get to his top speed faster because he's a little bit stronger. Like, he doesn't have to build into it as much. But I think it's just probably feeling better and maintaining as you're going through the difficulty and grind of the season.
Milam looks so comfortable there at short.
Yeah,
He's
a really good infielder. Same thing. Again, like, you have talent, and then you have guys that have great background, and him and his dad worked tirelessly growing up at being a great defensive player. I mean, I've known both these guys since they were in 7th grade. I know it sounds a little weird, but it's really just recruiting, and you could tell right away. And what I mean by that is you could really tell how special a defensive player he was, and he kind of built his life around it. I know I heard it one interview he gave in here after a game, like how much it means to him to be the shortstop at LSU, and this is what he wanted to do, and he earned it. We didn't give it to him; he earned it. And he's the best shortstop in college baseball right now.
Coach, how does being ahead of the 8-ball in SEC play help you as opposed to last year? You're kind of playing catch-up.
Yeah, I know you guys don't believe me. I don't even think that way. I mean, this is literally Missouri. Get ready to play great against Missouri, and then it's the next one. And I think it's twofold. It's like it's always coming. You know what I mean? Like I said, I think you use the term, you're going to get bloodied a little bit as you go through this thing. And we did this weekend at times. But you have to be like in the now. Like, it's don't look at all the games. Look at this game and these games. And I think our team did a good job of that this weekend. And we're going to need to continue to do that. But excited about what's to come.
Gavin was out for every game this weekend. Is it just sort of hard to figure out any sort sort of timeline given the nature of the injury?
Yeah, I mean, I think you probably should just talk to Isaac and him because, like, he's playing catch. I'm just waiting for the green light. Like, there's nothing. He's just got to be good to go. Like, I really wish I had something to say. He's got to be good to go. You know, we obviously navigated it good this weekend. You know, I'd much rather talk about Connor Ware coming in 2 days in a row. I'd much rather talk about DJ Primo pitching 3 days in a row. I'd much rather talk about Maverick Rizzi was electric today again. And then, you know, you're missing the best reliever in college baseball is on that field there for the last 2 1/3. And it's nothing. We really need Gavin to be the best team that we can be. But I would just prefer to talk about the games.
Today, I mean, 4 different innings they score, but it's only 1 run. Do you like the fact that your pitching staff, even though you're giving up a little bit, they're not having the big explosive
Yeah,
inning on
look
you
around.
guys?
Look around the league. Look at the scores this weekend. This is really tough. You're not. I haven't seen anybody shut anybody out. I don't even know that I've seen a 2 in any losing team's column right now. So bats are hot. Guys are big and physical and strong, and you know, our guys did a good job of keeping it small, like you said. And with our offense, we scored 29 runs. It gave us a chance to be settled into the game and not have to press and push because we didn't let an inning get away from us. I mean, and think about that last night. I mean, that was bases loaded, nobody out. Guy just hit a guy, you know, and then he gets a double play ball. And then Evans comes in and gets the ground ball. Cowan strikeout, you know, today. Lovich is a tough guy. He got a walk right there. He's dangerous, you know, hit the homer in the first AB on Friday. We did a pretty good job with him after that, but we walk him, it's bases loaded, and that's the biggest out of the game right there. It's, you know, guy hits one up in the wind, and now it's 9-7, and here we go, you know. I had enough of that last night, so I'm really glad we struck him out.
With Maverick, what do you think he did better today?
He's just growing up. Yeah, I think the strikes piece, simplest form, but I think he's made some good adjustments from, you know, mindset standpoint is what I would say. He's made really good mindset adjustments to where he has so much talent. He has so much ability. You know, he'll pitch for a long time. I mean, he's a major leaguer. There's no doubt in my mind. And this is just how do you say it? Worcester? Worcester, sorry.
Worcester.
Yeah, say it like, I'm
Or
trying to say it.
Massachusetts Steelers.
Yeah, it's good, yeah. So, like, you know, Alex Box Stadium, first SEC weekend is a long ways away from, you know, high school baseball in the Northeast. And I'm super pleased with his development. He has all the talent. He's got a great mindset. It's coming. And I think today was a huge step in his progression today. I think start with strikes and poise, composure, execution. Slider was good. You know, played off the fastball well. But I think it's just experience.
Did this weekend sort of prove how important DJ is for you guys?
Oh, yeah, 100%. You know, and it was kind of weird. Like, I don't remember if it was last weekend or Tuesday. We got him up a couple times, and we didn't go to him. And, you know, it was a good opportunity to kind of reset the deck and talk to him. It's like, hey, man, you might pitch in all 3 this weekend. I saw some things where I thought he could be successful. And, you know, I don't know how they do it, but the 1 run he gave up today, that you should put that on the coach's ERA for asking him for 3 days in a row. So can you guys do that? Can you put Jay Johnson down there at the bottom with the, you know, he did a great job this weekend.
Did you learn anything about your team this weekend, particularly?
You know, I mean, we treat every game like a playoff game. You know, we don't label them any different than that. So it's, I think it's the 21st or 22nd round of the playoffs on Tuesday. So honestly, it didn't feel any different. You know, a lot of people talk about conference play, and rightfully so. It's the best league by $1 billion in college baseball. Our job was just to show up at the party, and I think we showed up at the party.
The line for Chase wasn't pretty, but do you think he was a little bit, I don't want to say, I guess a little bit better today than he was the last 2 starts, just not as much contact, and it just seemed like he got some bad luck today, no?
Yeah, I thought he had a great first. I thought it was a good one in the second. I thought he got outside himself a little bit in the third with the 2 free bases in the balk. He needs to learn from that. But then I thought he really competed after that. And then we were just in the spot where we were going to Connor. You know, if he got the last guy out, I'm gonna let him go out there and get the win in the fifth, or go for it at least, you know. But he didn't get that last guy out, and so we had two guys on. It was the right time to bring in Connor. We switched Turner around when the wind's howling in from left field, and he punches him out. So great job by Connor. You know, but I'm good with where Chase is at, and I think he'll take from today and learn from it. You know, it's again just like we were talking about. Maverick is growing every time he goes out there. That's the same. You know, Chase Shores, Jared Jones, Josh Pearson, they're still growing and getting better as we go through this thing, and I know he will. I feel like he was fine, honestly. I'm not down on that at all.
Coach, Sundays were tough for you guys at the beginning of the season last year, conference play-wise. What do you think is allowing you, I know it's only been 1 year, but allows you to come in on Sunday here and get a win like this?
We're better. Yeah, we're better. And, you know, again, this is a different deal. Like, even the guys that were in the jerseys last year that are in the jerseys this year, they're different too. And I mean, we're going to 97 miles an hour with sink and a slider in the fifth inning on Sunday. So, and again, like, I mean, we're going to guys that helped us win a national title. So I love those guys. Like, Nate Ackenhausen's on my all-time team. You know, Guidry's on my all-time team forever. Those guys could do no wrong in my eyes. But when you're talking about just like pure stuff with strikes, far superior, you know. And it was great. A lot of them first time around. A lot of people missed that. Like, I mean, other than Kate Anderson, I don't think anybody has thrown an SEC inning. And they did pretty darn good this weekend.
Coach, what are like the main points of emphasis going into next week and before you head out to Texas?
Yeah, so tomorrow is off. We got a lot of guys that need to training room, recovery, lift on their own, get their bodies back. You know, there's a pretty narrow window of players we used for the weekend. When you talk about Luis catching all 3 games, you know, middle of the field was the same for all 27 innings. So we have to really take care of their bodies. And then Tuesday, I mean, I know New Orleans, they won Friday and Saturday. I don't know if they won today or not. I don't take my phone out of my locker. So it's going to be a good competitive game. It was a really good competitive game last year. It started our ascent to be a really good team, was that game. So get focused on that. And then, you know, Wednesday, depending on how that game goes, we may need to get some more guys some work and then evaluate what we need to do, get ready, and then we'll fly over there on Thursday.